Hi, it's David here from Wargaming, old guys, and this is an update on my slow growth, my bolt action version 3. I'm using my Finnish army, so let's have a look. I've been thinking about this. Now we've got the slow grow happening. It's 250 points a month. I did my 250 points for October. Now we're going into November, so we can go into that later on. But I've been doing things very bitty. I haven't got a clear thought in my head about what I'm going to put in the force. I've done the rifle, 250 points worth of rifle platoon, which you have to take anyway, so it wasn't that hard to think about. So I thought I'd take this time to just lay out my preliminary list, so I have a target, and then obviously things can change. I've got a habit of changing things halfway through, so I'll end up painting more, and it'll just mold its way as I go through. So first of all, you have a second lieutenant. Yeah, and he's armed with an SMG. He's regular. He's dragged 2 guys along with SMGs to be his bodyguard, and they've got SMGs as well. And they're 50 points. Then a medic. I mean, you're sending these guys to get shot, so really you want to have a medic. So we've got a medic for, I think it's regular medic for 23 points. Yeah, 23 points. And then for the rifle platoon, you need 2 rifle sections. So obviously 9-man rifle section, 2 Panzerfaust in each one. So some bit of anti-tank, 1 LMG for help with that anti-infantry, and 1 SMG for the sergeant. On top of that, there's going to be a veteran sniper. Originally he was a regular, but I had a few points left over, so made him a veteran. And he's 70 points. The rifle sections are 139 each, by the way. Okay, so then now they've got the rifle platoon. That gives me access to all the other platoons and configurations. So I could have 1 of each of the other ones. So I think there's 4, aren't there? Artillery, anti-tank, heavy weapons, engineer, and recon. Yeah. So we're gonna have a heavy weapons team, the heavy weapons platoon. So these are mortars, handheld anti-tank, so like Panzerfaust or Piats or something like that. Piats are allies though, and MMGs and HMGs. So what I've got a second lieutenant with SMG. He's 30 points. Panzer Shreks, because even though I have got tanks, I like the idea of the Finnish being infantry, so I could get rid of the tanks if I want to, and they still have some punch. So still be able to take care of that armor, still be able to knock out the infantry. So we've got 2 Panzer Shreks in there, two Panzer Shrek teams, and heavy mortars. I've got 3 heavy mortars. Now, I wasn't entirely happy with the models. I think you have to. I'm not sure Germans Warlord games do a German heavy mortar, actually, or a Finnish heavy mortar. But as I'm using the Winter Germans, so I have designed my own and printed that on my printer. So I'm going to take 3 heavy mortars, but I did use some medium mortar crews to create with a few extras. So I have 3 heavy mortars, and they come to 210 points. The Panzer Shrek team comes to 160 points, by the way. Yep, so that's 400 points for that platoon. I thought that's probably about bad enough. I don't need any MMGs at the moment. I might stick some in later on, but not now. Which then brings us to the last platoon. So with the rifle platoon being about 421, the heavy weapons being about 400, so that leaves us about another 420 something. So I've gone for a tank platoon. I know it's kind of obvious. I could have gone for more infantry. I have got some trucks, got some multi-airs. I could have gone for some ski troops, but no, I've gone for tanks. And the tanks for the Finnish are very unreliable. I mean, you've got the Russian tanks, or you got the some German tanks. I think they take a Stug, and yeah, you got lots of different types of tanks from the Russians, but they're all unreliable. So you got the T-34s, the T-70s. They've split them down into 3 sections: light, medium, and heavy tanks. So I had a T-34 model. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, so I'm going to stick it in the Finnish force. So we've got a T-34, and that with a heavy anti-tank gun. That's 233 points. So that's 1 month's worth of painting, supposedly. I'm going to get that done pretty quickly. So we'll see where that comes from. And then we have a Stug 3. Now, neither of these vehicles have the command option, so I've had to add the command option. I've given it to the Stug, and that makes that 195 points. So that's some real, well, I wouldn't call it heavy armor, but there's some armor there. So overall, that comes to 1,249 points, which is the target we're aiming for the slow grow. So that's 5 months worth of stuff. So I think that's reasonable. We start in October, November, December, January, February. So it's up until February. Probably get it done by then, but I'll keep painting until it's over and see how many points I end up with. So that's the force. Let me know what you think. And after a few games and things, I'll switch it up a bit, and I might drop some of the tanks, put some ski troops in there. I might drop some recon troops in. So we'll see how that goes. Now back to the original part of the video. Now I did some rifleman squads. I didn't do the full squads for the riflemen in the first 250 points. Because it came to over the command, and the 2 rifle squads came to over 250 points. So I worked out what it'd be at 250 points. So instead of the 9-man squad, I did 2 7-man squads. So my next month, so November, so this month, I'm gonna do the T-34. Yeah, I'll do the T-34. It will be relatively easy, but while I can catch up on a bit of my other painting. But yeah, so we'll get the T-34. I'm going to try and do a camo effect, but we'll see how that turns out. So here are my October models. you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and ding the bell to get future notifications on all my videos.